Did you know that Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, was born in a two-room house in Tupelo, Mississippi? A day that would change the world of music forever, the birth of Elvis Aaron Presley. He wasn't alone though. Born as a twin, his brother, Jesse Garon, sadly didn't survive the birth. Their parents, Vernon and Gladys Presley, were simple folks, living through the hardships of the Great Depression, struggling to make ends meet. Elvis's childhood was far from glamorous, defined by poverty and hardship. But these humble beginnings were the foundation of a life that was to become a symbol of music, style, and controversy. The two-room house in Tupelo was a world away from the adoring fans that would later define Elvis's life. But it was here that the king of rock and roll took his first breath and began his journey towards becoming one of the most significant cultural figures of the 20th century. Elvis's humble beginnings in Tupelo were a far cry from the fame and fortune that awaited him. Elvis's journey to stardom began in his childhood, where his love for music was nurtured in church. Born on January 8, 1935, Elvis Aaron Presley was deeply rooted in the rich musical culture of the American South. Gospel music played a significant role in his upbringing, shaping his vocal style and instilling a deep appreciation for melody and rhythm. On his 11th birthday, a pivotal moment in his life occurred. He received his first guitar. Despite initially desiring a bicycle, Elvis quickly developed a close bond with this new instrument. He would strum its strings day and night, learning chords and practicing songs, his young voice echoing through the humble rooms of his family home. In 1948, when Elvis was 13, his family moved to Memphis, Tennessee, a city bustling with blues and rhythm. This move further exposed young Elvis to a diverse range of musical influences, from the soulful sounds of Beale Street to the lively rhythm and blues that filled the city's airwaves. His immersion in this vibrant musical landscape helped to shape the unique style that would later define his career. During his high school years, Elvis demonstrated a passion for music that surpassed his interest in academics. He participated in talent shows, captivating audiences with his unique voice and charismatic stage presence. Despite being somewhat of an outsider among his peers, his undeniable talent began to shine through. It was during this time that Elvis began to cultivate his distinctive style, experimenting with his hair and clothing to create a look as unique as his sound. As a teenager, Elvis was already showing signs of the musical talent that would soon captivate the world. In 1954, a young Elvis walked into Sun Records, and music history was about to be made. This was the year that a youthful Elvis Presley, full of heart and soul, began his music career. Sun Records in Memphis, Tennessee was the birthplace of a new sound that would shake the world. The fusion of rhythm and blues with country music, a genre Elvis would pioneer and come to be known for, was called rockabilly. Presley, with his unique style and captivating stage presence, was at the forefront of this musical revolution. His distinctive blend of country twang and rhythm and blues groove was something the world had never heard before. The raw energy and emotion he infused into his performances were groundbreaking, setting the stage for a new era in music. But it wasn't just the music that set Elvis apart. His provocative style, influenced by African-American music, brought both success and controversy. His performances were energetic and boundary-pushing, capturing the spirit of the burgeoning rock and roll movement. In 1956, 2 years after his debut at Sun Records, Elvis released Heartbreak Hotel. This song, with its haunting melody and heart-wrenching lyrics, became his first #1 hit. It was a defining moment in his career, catapulting him into the limelight and solidifying his status as a musical icon. Heartbreak Hotel was more than just a hit song, it was a cultural phenomenon. It represented a seismic shift in popular music, marking the birth of rock and roll. The song's success was a testament to Elvis's talent and charisma, as well as his ability to break down genre barriers and create something entirely new. Elvis had successfully merged country and rhythm and blues, and the world was ready for the king of rock and roll. Elvis's charisma wasn't just confined to the music stage, he also took Hollywood by storm. The year was 1956, and Elvis was ready to conquer a new frontier. This was the year he made his film debut, stepping away from the microphone and onto the silver screen. With his raw talent, he brought a unique energy to Hollywood, just as he had done with the music industry. His first film was Love Me Tender, and while it may not have been a critical masterpiece, it was a box office success. The audience couldn't get enough of Elvis, and Hollywood was quick to capitalize on this. It wasn't long before he was starring in a slew of films, each one more successful than the last. The king of rock and roll had become a bona fide movie star, but Elvis wasn't just acting in these films. He was also contributing to their soundtracks, creating music that would become just as iconic as the films themselves. These soundtracks were not just afterthoughts, they were integral parts of the films. They added another layer to the stories being told on screen and gave fans another way to connect with their idol. From Jailhouse Rock to Blue Hawaii, these songs became classics in their own right, further solidifying Elvis's status as an entertainment powerhouse. But let's not paint too rosy a picture. The Hollywood years were not all glitz and glamour for Elvis. He found himself typecast, playing similar roles in movie after movie. Critics often lambasted his films as formulaic, yet through it all, his fan base remained unwavering. They turned up in droves, not just for his music but for his films too. Their loyalty was a testament to the enduring allure of Elvis Presley. The king of rock and roll was now also a Hollywood star, but his journey wasn't always smooth sailing. On December 20th, 1957, Elvis received his draft notice and was inducted into the United States Army. During this time, Elvis fell out of the spotlight. He was released from active duty on March 5, 1960, and was immediately placed into the Army Reserve until where he was discharged on March 23, 1964. In 1968, Elvis made a triumphant return to the music stage. That year, he made headlines with a television special that showcased his undeniable talent and charisma. The show was a hit, proving to the world that the king of rock and roll still reigned supreme. Elvis, the man who had once been the embodiment of youthful energy and rebellion, was back in the spotlight, and this time, he was better than ever. Following the success of the television special, Elvis embarked on a series of highly profitable tours. He was back on top and his fans couldn't get enough. But behind the scenes, things weren't so rosy. As he toured the country, captivating audiences with his electrifying performances, Elvis was battling health issues. His once chiseled physique had been replaced by an unhealthy weight gain, signaling a serious decline in his well-being. Adding to his health problems was a growing dependence on prescription drugs. Elvis was no stranger to controversy, but his drug abuse was a secret he managed to keep hidden from the public. It was a battle he fought in private, away from the glaring lights of the stage and the adoring gaze of his fans. However, on August 16, 1977, the world was shocked to learn of Elvis's sudden death. The king of rock and roll, the man who had changed the face of music and popular culture, was gone. He was only 42 years old. The news sent shockwaves around the globe, and the world mourned the loss of a legend. Elvis's life was a roller coaster ride of highs and lows, but his impact on music and popular culture remains unmatched. His story is one of triumph, tragedy, and enduring legacy. Despite his struggles, Elvis's influence continues to reverberate through the annals of music history, a testament to his undeniable talent and iconic status. He may have left the building, but the king's spirit lives on. The king of rock and roll, with his energetic performances and provocative style, forever altered the landscape of music. His influence resonates in every corner of the industry, and his records speak volumes about his impact. Presley sold approximately 500 million records worldwide, a feat few have dared to challenge. His versatility is another testament to his genius, with successful ventures into various genres. Elvis's contributions to the music world have been recognized with numerous accolades. He won 3 Grammy Awards and was also the recipient of the prestigious Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, an honor bestowed upon artists who have made significant contributions to the recording industry. Presley's influence and impact were so profound that he was posthumously inducted into multiple music halls of fame, further cementing his status as a legend. And in 2018, the United States recognized his cultural contributions, awarding him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor posthumously. And with that, we conclude this entry into the Pantheon. Thank you for watching.